Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Wind Studio. Hey friends, it's good to be back. I have so much to share with you. Oh my gosh, it's going to be just chock full of goodness. So today is August 20th. This is my Flosstube episode 204. Welcome. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. I hope you find something you like and you will subscribe and like the video. So what have I been up to? I think the last time I had a video was 2 to 3 weeks ago. And since then, Kevin and I went to a really good concert. It was, I think I talked a little bit about it in my last video, but we went to Temple Theater up in Saginaw. We saw Burton Cummings of the Guess Who. He is 77 years old, you guys, and you would think he was in a day over 60. I mean, he was jamming. His voice was amazing. His band is amazing. It was such a great time, and I'll insert some pictures, but this place, this venue, actually there'll be a little video. This venue is gorgeous. I felt like I was at the opera. But anyways, we really enjoyed that evening. And then last weekend I went to Sauder Village with my BFF Jan. We had the best time. So I don't know if you remember, but last year I was a vendor at Sauder Village, and I also taught a punch needle class, which I decided after that I will never be a vendor and teach. It's just too much. I'll be either a vendor or I will teach. I remember it was just too much. I am sorry for all the noise. So there's people here working on the studio, doing the installation up in the attic, and then there's a lot of work going on. So hopefully you can't hear a lot of that. They were supposed to be here yesterday, and they didn't show up, and so they showed up today when I want to do my video, and I have to do it today because I'm leaving tomorrow. Kevin and I are going camping, so we'll be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and come home Sunday. We're going camping, so yeah, today's the day. Noise and all, so hopefully it won't be too distracting for you. Other things I've been doing, I have the Quilter Station retreat coming up the first weekend of September, so I'm prepping for that. I've got the floss kits put together. I got to cut the linen today, and all of the things that go in the kit. I've got to get that done next week at the latest, but I'm really hoping to get a lot of it cut today. We'll just see how it goes. But yeah, that, and I'm already on Nashville. I'm already planning for Nashville. I'm planning for a January release. I'm working on the Jingle Ball. I mean, it's hopping around here. So the first thing that I want to address that really is not something I even like talking about, but it's so important, okay? So this is my PSA. I was contacted on August 12th by the designer from Crochet Go Go, Michelia. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right. I'm probably not, but she's from Italy. Anyway, she reached out to me in Instagram messages and just let me know that there were a couple of my designs that are being pirated, I guess you'd call it, or stolen, ripped off, whatever you want to say. One is the Let Love Rain. I've had about 5 or 6 people contact me to tell me that someone's selling my Let Love Rain as a PDF. Now, I'm the only one that sells my, so this is number one, for me at least. I'm the only one that sells my PDFs. If you see someone else selling a PDF of mine, you know immediately that they are stealing it from me, okay? So that's number one. And I don't know if that's true for all designers, but I'm sure it's probably pretty true for most designers. I had a shop reach out to me, oh, this was a while ago, probably 5 years ago, and ask if they could sell my designs as PDFs. And I said no. And the reason I said no, there's 2 reasons, but the main reason is because then it gets too, oh, there's 3 deer out there. Then it gets too confusing for people. They don't know who's selling my PDFs, what's legit, what's not. So that way I can just say, if you don't get a PDF from me and you see someone else selling it, then you know it's illegal, that they have stolen my work. Now, the other one that really breaks my heart is the Hope and Love. So Hope and Love is only a PDF. I don't even do paper copies of it because I sell it in my Etsy shop for $10. All $10 of that purchase goes to a family, and these are dear friends of mine. One of my best, dearest friends, it's her grandson who's battling cancer. And so we have raised, because of you amazing people purchasing that design, we have raised $18,000, you guys, and it's still selling. Much slower, but it's still selling. The last check I sent her was like $800. That's nothing to, you know, balk at. That's still amazing. So keep purchasing it. If you haven't purchased it, I'll have a link below. They also have a GoFundMe page, but anyways, Lincoln is doing much better. He is on the, I don't know, the other side of this whole traumatic thing. He's improving every time they go. So that's good. So still keep them in your prayers though. And he's keeping up the fight, and he's such a sweet little guy. So anyways, the company that has stolen that design, I'm going to put the names of them up here because I'm not even sure how to say them. One is LOMELIIN.com. The other one is LARIVEE sewing.com. These are scam sites, okay? They are selling Hope and Love and claiming that your money is going towards a little child battling cancer. They don't mention his name. Oh, here's another tip for you. If you go to a site and none of the designers are mentioned, if they're just selling the pattern and it doesn't say anything about the designer, bingo, you know that they're scamming. If they're not giving credit to the designer, that is a major red flag that they are scamming and stealing that design, okay? So anyway, they are pulling at people's heartstrings to purchase this and claiming that they're giving the money to the family, and they're not, you guys, they're not. It's just so infuriating. The designer from Crochet Go-Go, she gave me all the information to stop these people, which I have not had time to do because of all the things I'm trying to just, you know, that's the thing. Us designers are busy trying to run our small businesses. We don't have time to chase these criminals. That's my main reason for talking about this with you, is because if nobody purchases from these illegal sites, they will cease to exist. So here's the thing. I can spend hours and hours a day going after companies that are stealing my designs. Do I want to do that? No, because it steals my joy, number one. And it wastes my time, number two. I'd rather be designing new things. I would rather be painting. I'd rather be doing anything, let's put it that way. But if no one buys from them, then they will cease to exist because they're not making money. So please, it is up to you to not buy from them. It is up to you and me and everyone in this industry to educate each other. So when you're at a retreat, talk to your table mates and tell them, hey, don't buy from these sites. If they don't give credit to the designer, then don't buy from them. We all know the legit sites. There's a million, maybe not a million, but there is hundreds to choose from. Some of them have online websites. Some of them are just, you know, an LNS. Some of the shops you have to call to order something. I'm just saying, you all know where to buy from, right? So just stick with what you know. If you see a really good deal that seems to be too good to be true, guess what? It's probably a scam. Here's the other thing that Michelle told me, is that people were reaching out to her because her stuff had been stolen too. And people were saying that they ordered a kit. They didn't get all of the threads. Some of the pages were missing. So not only are you hurting the designer by buying from them, but you're also not getting the things that you ordered. You're getting ripped off. The designer's getting ripped off. So we have to shut it down by just not purchasing from them. Okay? And I know those two sites I told you about, I know there's more. I know there's more. I've been talking with a lot of people about this lately because it just seems to be getting worse and worse. And I think what is happening also is that, you know, AI I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of AI at all. You can build a website like within minutes with AI, okay? So these people, like if we shut down these 2 sites I'm talking about, which I'm sure they'll get shut down, they'll probably easily go because they don't want the hassle. And then they'll open up another site using AI within minutes and they'll be up and running again. I mean, it takes us longer to fight the battle to get them to shut one down. It takes us longer to do that than it takes them to open a new shop. So it's not gonna go away. And to be honest, it's probably gonna get worse because I'm gonna say 99.9% of these companies are in Russia, in China, they're overseas. Can you imagine trying to do legal battle in a different country? It's a moot point, it's not gonna work. A moot point. Anyways, that's my PSA. I'm not going to go on and on and on about it, but it's infuriating and it's really disgusting the fact that they're saying they're going to give the money to this family that really needs it because the mother had to quit her job as an occupational therapist in order to take care of her son. So yeah, it's terrible. But I don't want to bring you down in the dumps too much. I'm gonna lift you back up right now, okay? We're gonna look at some really cool stuff. I also want to mention that we had a new release last week, as you know, or maybe it was a little over a week ago. Anyways, that one was a buck too, and he's got not a ton of horns, antlers, not horns, antlers, but anyway, still, so distracting. Yeah. We got slammed with new releases. Fall, okay, Nashville is our biggest oomph of the year, but the fall release is our second biggest release of the year. And you know, I said to Kevin before, like as I was making the instructions and the cover and everything, I asked him, I said, there's going to be a lot of things that need to be stuffed. I said, do you want me to make pamphlets out of them and have them published? Excuse me, so that you're not stuffing, you know, 24/7. And because the problem is when you publish things, you know, you're ordering 1,000 to 1,500 at a time. So you have boxes and boxes of these things sitting around in the studio until they sell. So we have boxes upon boxes upon boxes of charts and books and things over there. And our studio is small and it's getting very crowded. So that's why he said, well, let's just do these as stuffed patterns and then we can print on demand. So if it's a stuffed pattern in a 9x12 bag or a 6x9 bag, then we stuff them, we print the covers and cut them here, print the insides and the chart and everything, and we have a folder that folds them, and then we manually stuff them. So because one of the very best sellers has to be stuffed, I mean, we just got an order for pumpkin pails from a few different shops. One was for 275 of them. One was for like 240 or something like that. And the other one was also over 200 of them. So that's like 700 of them pumpkin pails need to be stuffed now. So just know that we're working on it as much as we can and as fast as we can. Kyle's taking things home. Him and his girlfriend are stuffing patterns. Kevin is stuffing patterns. I mean, it's just, we're doing the best we can. So please show us some grace and be patient and be kind to your LNS or your ONS that you have ordered from. It's not their fault. They can't ship it until it comes to them. So, and just, you know, everyone gets their things eventually. So let's just be patient. All right, I'm going to show you my whips. Haul has taken over my table. So let me get my whips. Oh, I only have one whip and I have no idea where it's at. All right, so hometown sale. I am stitching mine on 40 count Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit. And I made not a ton of progress. I had a start and finish. And it was the ornament for Chantel's mystery ornament box. So anyways, a start and finish that I can't share with you. I'm sorry. So I finished the ice cream shop. And I finished the tree. So page 20 just dropped on the 15th. Well, okay, it was on the 18th because I was in Sauder Village during the 15th and I completely forgot to post it. So anyway, Monday they got page 20. So basically I have 3 more buildings. There's these trees here. There's some more of those trees here. And then there's 3 more buildings. And then there's something at the bottom, and it's done. So the last 4 months of this sale is going to be super easy because they're not full pages. It's mostly words, okay? Or a word or whatever. I don't want to give too much away. So anyway, I have 3 more buildings, some trees, and some birds and things to put in there. And then, I mean, by December we'll be done. So I don't know. I was thinking about releasing this in January. But I'll probably need January to finish it up. And then, because I have to go back and put some, like this one's going to say rug hooking. I got to go back and just fine tune it and make sure I have everything stitched. Then I have to get it framed, which takes a good 3 weeks. So I'll probably just hold it off until we go to market in March. But anyway, I'm loving it. It's really fun to stitch. It's fun to, like, the buildings are small, so you get one done and you just feel like you accomplished a lot. This one's going to say bakery. So we got bakery, rug hooking. I forget what that one says. But anyway, yeah, so they're all just different buildings. This one says Willow Antiques. This one says baskets. This one says quilts, gift barn, cider, pottery. This will be rug hooking, a school. This one is a little hospital. It's got a little red cross on it. This one says gifts, ice cream. This one is a library. It says books on the sign. This one is honey. This one says flags. This will be bakery. And then there's like a post office, quilt shop, or not a quilt shop, sorry, the stitching shop, cross stitch shop. I waited for way down here just to be a tease for the cross stitch shop. And then there's something here, I think candles, or maybe this, yeah, I think it's candles. Anyway. 3 more buildings, yay! So this is really fun to stitch, guys. And it's gonna be so pretty framed. Oh, I love it. So that's my one and only whip that I got to work on because I've been working on, I'll show you my next whip, which is not cross stitch. So I went to Sauder Village with my friend Jan and we took a class. I'm gonna talk about Sauder Village, all about it, and show you all my haul from Sauder Village at the end of the video because I don't know how many people want to see rug hooking. But I'm going to show you my project anyways. So I'm going to insert a picture here of the cat. The cat's name is Babs. Jan and I took a class from Theresa Rapstine, and oh my gosh, we had the best time ever. So it was learning how to tear your wool to make the strips instead of cutting it. So, and it was using wide strips. So it's, sometimes rug hooking reminds me of like a Monet painting where from a distance it looks like something and then you get close and you just see all the brush strokes and stuff and it's like a hot mess. I feel like that with rug hooking sometimes. Like from a distance you can see the cat's face, right? But when you get up close, I love that though. I love seeing all the different wool. Look at all the different wool that I used in this. There's some oranges. So up close, it's kind of hard to tell it's the cat's face. I put a little pink in the ear. That was Keith that was in the class. That was his idea. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. So anyway, so this is Babs. Now, on the original pattern, the flowers are blue, so there was blue wool in my kit. But I'm not a real blue person unless it's Americana. So I have red wool, and I'm going to make my flowers red instead of blue. And let me just show you real quick all the juicy wool for this project. Oh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm probably going to end up with half of it on the floor. Oh, look at all this wool. Look at all this wool. I mean, beautiful colors. This is the blue for the flowers. Like I said, I'm going to switch it out for red, but look at all those colors. Here's all the ones I tore. I have to say, I really like tearing wool. I like tearing wool because you don't have to worry about having a cutter. You just snip the ends and then rip it. Oh, such pretty colors. So there you go. Yeah, everything fell on the floor. Okay, so those are my whips. I'm gonna flash something on the screen really quick. Boop. That is my ornament for Chantel, and you should see how it's gonna be finished. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So yeah, so I've been a busy little beaver getting stuff done. I decided for the rug hooking, if I do 3 wool strips a day, which doesn't take long at all. I mean 3 strips, and you see how wide those strips are? It goes fast. So if I could just do 3 strips a day, might take me half an hour. A half an hour a day, I can handle that. Okay, so something I want to show you that this has been done for, I don't know, a good month and a half. This is my contribution to the Fall Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. What's his name? The Friendly Ghost, that's right. So Friendly Ghost will be in the Fall Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. There we go. Isn't he sweet? So yeah, that should be shipping anytime now. It's just finished on a vintage book, so it will stand up. It's so fun. So yeah, I gotta get back into punch needle too. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I go to Sauder Village and I come home and I'm just so inspired. Athena, no. See, she's gonna wanna bark at these people. Okay, I want to just let you know too that I have 2, well, you already know about the Chantel ornament, Athena. But I also want to just put a bug in your ear about the Homespun Needlework Facebook group. I'm sure you've heard about it by now. Anyways, Julie Chrisi, she's the administrator of the Facebook group. And what she does is she pairs a designer with a shop. The designer creates an exclusive for Facebook group members only. And then the shop kits it up with all the floss and all of the what do you call it? Linen? The floss, the linen, and any other kind of accoutrement that might go with it. So I just want to let you know that I have one coming up for fall. So keep your ears peeled for that. I will be making a video showing the piece and all of that. And as soon as I get the go, I will post that video here to YouTube. Okay. I got some cross stitch haul. All of my wool and stuff for rug hooking, I'm going to do that when I talk about solder. But I did get some awesome haul from Raxi Floss Co. So I got this Coco Loco linen, because that is going to be the bottom of the Biscore New that I designed for my Patreon. Look at that deep chocolate brown. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then they sent me, just out of the kindness of their hearts, French hen. Or no, French hem, I think it's called. Oh, look at that gray color. Look at the modeling in it. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. So I got those 2 pieces. And then I am part of Michelle Rudy's Farm Girl Dry Goods Patreon. So I'm in her linen club. So this is the linen called Twilight. So we just got this, I don't know, a week or so ago. Look at the beautiful color of that. Oh, so pretty. It's like faded blue jeans. So beautiful. Michelle, what do you do to this fabric to make it smell like it came from heaven? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I love it. Ah, it's so good. So it's called Twilight. This is 40 count. Love it so much. It's my kind of blue. It's not too purpley blue. So thank you for that, Michelle. Okay, where do I put things? Oh, and another piece of haul. I was at the drugstore, what drugstore? Walgreens. And I went there to get some medicine for my sweet husband. And I went down the Halloween aisle, which was really stupid because I ended up getting this mug. It's orange inside, but look at Dancing skeletons. I actually have some paintings of dancing skeletons. I should chart them because this is just too fun. Yeah, I'm trying to remember why I did those. If it was for fabric or something years ago. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh. Dances like Elaine from Seinfeld. Oh, so fun. So anyway, you know, all the fun Halloween stuff's out right now. Okay, I think next is, I'm gonna go over your finishes. I only have a couple, and then we'll do the giveaway, but I forgot my papers. Okay, the first one is from Joe Wick. Let me just talk about Joe Wick first before we get going. So I'm gonna have her Facebook page listed below. Anywhere else you can find her, I will have her listed. She is the punch needle queen. I mean, she does so much punch needle. And in one of the booths there at Sauder, she had a bunch of finished punch needle, like FFO'd, on antique pieces for sale. So cool. If I was not a punch needler myself, I would have bought something. Sorry about that. They're up in the attic doing, sorry. So anyway, I met Jo last year. I don't know if that was the first time I ever met her, but anyway, super sweet, and I saw her again this year. She's wonderful, but she's very talented. Anyway, she sent me one of her pieces. She said, "Hi Theresa, I'm attaching a picture of my finished punch needle project, your design Woolly Estate. I punched this using Valdani Pearl Cotton number 8 and mounted the finished project on an antique red lunchbox." I love that idea. I also changed the color of the house to red. That just seemed to be more fitting to go with the lunchbox. I always look forward to seeing your new punch needle designs. I have started doing some cross stitch, but my love is punch needle and rug hooking. I am headed to Rug Hooking Week at Sauder Village tomorrow morning. Always the highlight of my summer. So much inspiration and motivation. Have a great week. Joe Wick. And then I, of course, responded and said, "Oh my gosh, I'll see you there." Next we have Gloria. Gloria said, "I wanted to share my Sacred Heart finish. Thank you for the pattern. Your creativity is an inspiration to continue working on my stitching." Thank you, Gloria. I love what she did here. Now she left the verse that goes around in the border. She left that off, creating this oval shape design, which then she framed in an oval frame, and it is spectacular. I absolutely love it, Gloria. So cool. So thank you, ladies, for sending those in for me to share. So if you have finished one of my designs and you want me to share it here, I see things in Facebook, I see things on Instagram, and sometimes I reach out and say, can I share that on Flosstube? But then I forget to go back and check. So if I ever approach you about showing something that you have finished of mine, can you please then just email me at teresakoehl3@gmail.com? Because if I have what I do then, those emails, I put them in a folder that says Flosstube, and then I have everything in one spot. That's the best way for me to be able to show your finishes. So just email me at teresakoehl3@gmail.com. All right, so I'm gonna do the giveaway. Dadgummit, I forgot to do that before I started the video. Okay, let me just tell you what the giveaway is. So my last video, I said that I would give away 3 Tier 4 memberships to my Patreon for 3 months. So it's going to start September 1st. So I'm going to draw 3 winners. You had to say the word Patreon in your comment, and oh my gosh, the comments overwhelmed me. I tried my best to keep up with them. Anyways, I'll be right back. Okay, so we had 316 comments. The first winner is Maria H. Ladd. I'm gonna have that up on the screen so that you can see it. And then the second winner was, I'm just gonna put it on the screen because I have no idea how to say it. And then the third winner was Kim Ramelli, 6171, and also up here on the screen for you to see. Okay, congratulations. I hope that you are excited to be a part of my Patreon. All I need you to do is email me at teresakoehl3@gmail.com, and I will tell you how you can access your free 3-month membership How exciting. So, yay. That's fun. I'm going to do that more often because that's just fun. Okay. That's it for cross stitch, punch needle. I'm on to rug hooking now. So, let me just tell you. Jan and I already decided last year when we went together that that's it. We're going every year. Whether we're in the show or teaching something or we're just there to enjoy, we're going every year. And so when I called for the reservation at the Heritage Inn, so Sauder Village, it's a whole thing, but let me just explain. The Founders Hall is where they have these events, and there's a quilting event, there's all kinds of different events. And then across the parking lot is called the Heritage Inn, and there's a campground as well. This Heritage Inn is absolutely stunning. The rooms are amazing. I've stayed there 4 times now, and wait, 4 or 5 times. Well, when I called for the reservation back in like December or something, they didn't have any rooms left, and I was just freaking out because this place is in the middle of a cornfield, y'all. It's not like it's near anything else. And I didn't want to have to drive, a half an hour. Oh, I was kind of freaking out. And she goes, wait, I do have one left, and it's the Founder Suite. She said, I'll give that to you for, the price of a room. I'm like, sounds good. Don't know what the Founder Suite is. I'm just happy to have a room. I'm going to insert this video showing the Founder Suite. Now, we were absolutely blown away. We were super sad that we were only staying one night. Had I known how amazing this room was, we would have stayed Saturday night as well. But anyways, it is what it is. So then I said to Jan, I said, well, gosh, maybe I'll wait kind of late to try to get our room for next year, and then maybe this will be the only one left. But I don't want to push my luck. I am not pushing my luck. We enjoyed it while we were there. This room, when you go in the door, to the right is a coat closet. It has a full, like an entryway, a living room, a full kitchen, a sunroom, a big dining room table. The bedroom is ginormous. The bathroom is ginormous, and there is a huge laundry room off that bathroom that has cupboards lining the whole room. Now, you can't tell me that this is just for someone to come and stay, because guess what it cost a night? Now, we didn't pay this. We paid what the other rooms were being charged. It's $600 a night. So I'm like, said to Jan, I'm like, who would ever stay here? I mean, if you're gonna rent this thing, wouldn't you rent it for a few days? And who's gonna pay $600 a night? It's in the middle of a cornfield. I just don't get it. So I said, I don't know, maybe the person that built the Heritage Inn was living there while they were building it, or someone had to have lived there. It's like a condo. It's full on everything that you need, dishes, everything, full fridge, coffee maker, I mean, everything you could ever imagine that you would need to live in a condo. That's what this was. So I don't know. I'm very puzzled as to why they have this amazing room. And I mean, and I said, well, it could be like someone would stay here for a couple nights, like for their honeymoon. But I'm like, it'd have to be like an older person getting married, because young people are not going to care about this room because it's kind of antique-y and old-fashioned, and there's nothing to do in town. Like, there's really not a town. It's just, anyway, we got spoiled, and like I said, so sad that we didn't stay 2 nights, because we could have hooked that whole night, Saturday night. We'd have got so much done on our cats. Anyway, so we got there, we went in and we looked around. I'm going to be inserting pictures of things that we saw there. I wish I would have got a picture with my friend Chris Miller. Chris Miller, she is an amazing rug hooker. She also dyes her own wool. She licenses, and I'll show you what I bought from her. She licenses other people's artwork to turn them into hooked rugs. Anyways, I've known her for years. Her and I used to share a huge room at Holly Hills Primitives out in Holly, where she sold all her rug hooking things. I sold all my punch needle patterns and That was before I was doing cross stitch, I believe, and was like punch needle and my angel paintings and prints and all that. So anyway, so we've known each other for years, and I saw her there last year and again this year, and yeah, I really like her, and she's super nice. And then Allie Strebel, another person that I have met several times over the years, and she's invited Jan and I again this year. She invited us last year too to come down and just hang out and work on projects with her. She's so inspiring. But anyway, so you walk in and there's Rebecca Herb. I bought wool from her, and then what's the other lady's name? Oh gal. So I'm going to link, if you are into rug hooking and you have never been to Sauder Village, you have to go next year. It's always in August. They offer classes, but you don't have to take classes. You can come and shop and then just look at the exhibit, which would be just a great way to spend a day. It's about 2.5, 3 hour drive for us to go to it. And there's another deer out here. I'm sorry, it's very distracting. So, oh, I lost my train of thought. So anyway, there's vendors out in like the entryway, and then you go through these double doors, and then that's where there's more vendors, and also the rug hooking exhibit, which is fantastic. Oh, I know what I was starting to say. Deanna, I think her name is Deanna, of Ribbon Candy Hooking. She has a YouTube channel, she has websites, she has all the things. So I've watched some of her videos, and now I'm like an avid watcher of her videos. I think she does a lot of live videos too. And she does interviews with the vendors at Sauder Village. So smart of her to do that. She's really good at it too. And she knows everyone in the industry. So it was a perfect thing for her to do. So I'm going to list her channel below. So go to her channel and watch the Sauder Village. It just gives you a better picture of who all was there, the vendors and everything. So it's amazing. Okay, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to start showing my haul. Well, before I show my haul, I want to show you my friend Jan that went with me. She makes these wool felted totes, and she really wants to teach this class at Sauder Village, but we were trying to figure out how she would teach this class. It would have to, so Sauder Village has workshops, which are like a few hours long. Then they have like day classes that are an entire day, and then they have what they call retreats that are like 3 to 4 days. And I said to Jan, if neither one of us are teaching or bending next year, let's try to get into a retreat. 3 or 4 days of hooking would be amazing. So the reason we don't think, or the reason we're not sure that she could do a class on this is because this is knitted. So you have to knit the bag first. Then, I mean, she could do a small side purse, but still hear all the logistics of this. So she sold some of these bags last year. They're like $230 to $250, and you're gonna know why when you hear. So this is all yarn, wool yarn that she knitted this bag with, okay? And then she knits up the sides, the two sides. Then she, I think it's called wet felting, where she runs it through the washer, and then she lays it flat to dry. Now, look how thick this is. See how thick that is? Yeah, it takes a long time to dry. You don't throw them in the dryer, they have to air dry. So what are the students gonna do while that's air drying for 2 days? You know, so it really, I don't know how she'd do it. And then after she does that and it's dry, then she needle felts onto it. So that is all made with wool roving, and she needle felts like that pumpkin, with the bittersweet. It says fall harvest. Look at this little button. So sunflower button. She didn't make that. I think she bought that somewhere. And then look on the bag. Look at it, he's so cute. And then these are 100% nice leather that she has used DMC black embroidery floss, all 6 strands, to sew these buttons on. So your handles are not coming off. Look at the, like every detail. Hold on, it's gotta focus. So see how she has the buttons sewn on the inside? So they are so sturdy, this will last you a lifetime, these bags. So anyways, I would love for her to teach at Sauder Village. I just don't know how she would work out all the logistics of that, but isn't it just the cutest thing ever? Look how cute it is. It's so cute. So anyway, that's that. And then I want to show you a tote that I made years ago. I mean, probably 20 years ago. Now, this is the first time I ever made one of these, and so there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. So this is rug punching. So I have made a lot of punched rugs, but I've only made one hooked rug in my life. Then Babs, the cat I'm working on, will be my second one. So this is rug punching with wool yarn, as you can see here. Okay, so what I did is I punched the witch. Somebody's singing, isn't that great? So this is the witch side, and then the black background with the orange star. So then I sewed it up the sides. This person is singing in my attic. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. Okay, now what I would do differently if I were to make another one is I would use, I think it's called binding tape, and I would cover all of my linen. So there's a linen there, and then the linen seam where I put them both together. I think the inside, actually what I'd probably do on the inside if I ever make one of these again, I would use quilting fabric or wool, but I would sew fabric on the inside just to make that a little more finished looking. But isn't that fun? Ah, I love it. That's really fun. The first booth I went into because I had to was my friend Chris Miller of Spruce Ridge Studios. So I'm gonna hold this up, this pattern up. So I bought this pattern. She had this there last year. Well, I'm gonna show a picture of it right now on the screen of it hooked, because the picture on the pattern is a picture of the artwork. So here is Chris. Here's Chris's information. Spruce Ridge Studios, Chris Miller. Okay, and then this is a Joanna Parker design. She has, as you can see from the picture, she did the background in all faded colors so that the cat shows up. So we were on the hunt for different pinks and things that would work. So here is the faded blue that I got. And I have other blues because I wasn't sure if this would be faded enough. Here's my white. And then here is some kind of like pink that might look like a faded red. I don't know. I bought some other faded reds hoping that I can figure out what I like best. So Jan and I, our plan is to get together every other week and just work on our hooked rugs. We both bought this pattern because we both wanted it last year and Chris was sold out of it. So we're gonna finish up Babs, the cat that we learned in class, and then yeah, and then we're gonna start this one, and oh, I love it. You know, and then I got home and I'm like, Theresa, you have, okay, you guys, I have probably 30 to 40 rug patterns of my own stuff, but I don't have models made of all of them. And I'm like, I should really be working on my own stuff. Yeah, I really should be working on my own stuff. We're working on a new website and have been working on it forever. And I say that kind of, I haven't been working on it the whole time, let's put it that way. It's been sitting for probably 3 months now. Nothing's being done on it because everything right now relies on me to finish it up, and I don't have time. You guys know how busy I don't have time for it. But anyway, after I get done with doing some bookkeeping for the business, I'm going to take the hours I'm spending on bookkeeping and put it towards this new website, because I can't wait to get all of my rugs on there. All the rugs that are going to be on my website, I have at least done it in punch needle, so you can at least get an idea of color and how it will look for a hooked rug. So anyway, that was what I got from Chris Miller. Oh, I also bought a hook from her. I needed a large hook for the class that we were taking, so I bought that. Okay, and then my our absolute favorite booth was Ginny Smallridge of the Woolly Horse. So I'm going to show her business card up here so that as I'm talking about it, you have an idea in your head of what it's about. The Woolly Horse, Ginny Smallridge. Since I've been home, I looked her up, and she has an amazing store. And someday Jan and I are going to go to it. I think it's in, does it say on here where they're from? It's Southern Ohio. So it's, I mean, it's like for me to get to Columbus is about 5 hours. So on the other side, it's probably 8 or 9 hours to get there. But I go to Kristen's and that's 8 or 9 hours. So I know I can do it. So we went into the Woolly Horse, and let me show you the amazing. Now, I have a lot of wool because, you know, I've designed 4 wool appliques now, and I want to design more. So I was not only looking at the wool for hooking rugs, but I was thinking in my head, ooh, you know, that'd be great for wool applique for fall or Christmas or whatever. So this was actually our second time into the booth because we went back in because we're like, we really didn't get any fall colors. So we went back in. So this one is called Gray Mustard. So pretty. I'm going to move this. Good Lord. I'm telling you, I need a bigger studio. Oh yeah. This one is Salmon, and I'm telling you the names in case you want to get a hold of her or go to her website to purchase any wool. This one is, what? I got 2 pieces of salmon. That was not intentional. This one is Terracotta. Oh man, look at that. Purely Pumpkin. Gary the Goldfish. Okay, now we have Gary the dog and Gary the goldfish. I gotta know the story behind that. Early Pumpkin Dark. Early Pumpkin Dark. And then Muddy. It's kind of a grayish green. Oh, beautiful. So that was just the first time. And actually that was the second time we went into her booth. I'm telling you guys, we went in there 3 or 4 times. So then Jan has bought these skeins of hand-dyed yarn. Like this one's called Tumbleweed. Look at this yarn. So it's really small yarn. It's not for like crocheting or anything. I suppose you could. But what they use it for, punch needle, using the medium tip, you can punch needle with it. And Jenny cross-stitched on rug hooking linen. Now, I used to trace all of my own rugs here at the studio, so I have tons of strips of pieces of wool, or pieces of linen and monk's cloth. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin pitched that, because he was cleaning over there, which is why my rug hooking frame ended up in storage. But I'm going to ask him, but I'm pretty sure he probably threw those away. Anyway, yes, so you can cross stitch on rug hooking linen using this. So Jan bought some and I'm like, I'm not buying any. I have all this floss. I have, gosh, I know it scared you, didn't it, baby? I have all this floss. I have Valdani. I have so much. I don't need it. Well, you know, the more we talked about it, the more I had to go back and get some. So I bought every color I could think of that I would need to do Christmas, Americana, or fall designs. So I have the most delectable colors of this wool yarn. Oh my gosh, isn't it fabulous? Super, super excited about that. So yeah. Oh hey, here's Joe Wick's card. My bad, I didn't realize I had that in there. I also have her linked below. Just like Jenny from the Woolly Horse, I will have her linked below. God, it's so hard to hold these things straight. Okay. One of my last visits to their amazing booth was this. I just had to get this. Just super simple. Simple and prim. That's exactly what this pillow is. It's simple and prim. It's got lizard litter in it and some fiberfill. I love this. Just sitting in a dough bowl. Super cool. I'm not sure who made that. Probably Jenny. I'm not sure. Okay. One of my last trips into that booth was to buy Chrisi. I'm not sure how to say her last name. Chrisi Koehl. K-O-E. I'm just going to show right here. Now, I have seen her work online before. I've never seen her work in person. There we go. Check her out. There's her website, her email, phone number. The first time I went into the booth, I saw this and it caught my eye. But I didn't grab it because I was already spending so much money on wool and everything. Oh, it's done on both sides. Isn't it spectacular? So what I'm going to use this as, so let me just back up. So Chrisi, what she does is she buys antiques, and then this is clay, and she puts clay on the wood, oh, and prims it all up. It's fantastic. So what I'm going to do with this is, like when you're doing rug hooking and you get all of your wool in strips, I'm going to put light, medium, and dark, and I'm just going to have piles of wool in there for the current project I'm working on. And it will be sitting right next to me, and it's going to be fabulous. So I'm so happy to have that. And I'm telling you what, the ladies in that booth were just the kindest, most talented. I mean, just amazing. So, okay, let me back up. So after we went through all the vendors, Jan and I, of course, took time to look at all of the exhibits. So the exhibits are cool because they have them in themes. And one of them was like all Americana, which was right up our alley. And so we were looking at who hooked them, and oh, she's from Michigan. And we looked at another one. Oh, she's from Michigan. And I looked at another one. Oh, she's from Michigan. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And I kind of backed up, and right as I was looking at the sign that this was the Great Lakes Rug Hooking Guild, a lady come up, Barbara, and she said, hey, I can tell you all about it. So we stood there and talked with her for quite a while. Oh my gosh, she's wonderful. So she is in the Great Lakes Rug Hooking Guild. She said there's about, I think, 50 women in the guild, but about 18 to 20 show up every single week to hook together from 9 a.m. to like 3 p.m. So 6 hours of just hooking and visiting and gabbing. So she invited us to come. She said, come anytime you want. So anyway, I have her contact information, and so they're about probably an hour and 15 minutes from us. So one of these days, Jan and I are, it's on a Wednesday, so it's in the middle of the week, and you know I work. So it's not like something I can do a lot of, but I'm like, oh gosh, if we could go like every other month, just go down there and hook with these ladies would be so fun. So we're gonna try working that into our schedule, maybe I don't know, December is, to be honest, December is probably the first chance I'll get to be able to do that. So also while we were talking to her, she said something about shopping over at the Heritage Inn. And we're like, what do you, there's shopping over there? And she said, well, the people that teach classes usually sell wool as well. And she said, so if they have on their door welcome, that means even if class is going on, you can go in and shop. If they say do not disturb, then obviously you don't go in. So Jan and I were like, okay. Well, once we were done looking at all the exhibits and all the vendors, we went to check into our hotel room and we decided why not look and see what's going on. So we found Georgia. Georgia is amazing. What is her last name? Georgia Adams. So Georgia Adams, we walked into her room. She had just gotten done teaching her class. So she had all her rugs. She's folding them up. I wish we could have seen all of her rugs because the ones we did see were absolutely incredible. And she had wool, lots of wool for sale. So let me show you the wool I bought from her. Nope, that ain't it, right here. Oh, I've got more from the Woolly Horse. Oh well. This is what I got. Nope, that's what I got in my class. Well, where did hers go? Hers is right here. Jeez, oh, Pizzo. So I don't think these have the colors on them, but look at that blue. I was thinking this blue might be good for that that cat, that Joanna Parker black cat with the flag behind it. I don't know, but look at how pretty that is and the texture in it. And then this one is like a blue-green. Oh, so pretty. I'm telling you, you could just get hooked on wool, right? Yeah, these aren't titled anything in particular. And of course, you have to get a red. So let me show you her information while I'm thinking about it. No, this is, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting it all mixed up. This was from Rebecca Herb. I should have known that. Oh my gosh, let's back up. The Wool Studio, Rebecca Herb. She's there every year. She's the first vendor you see when you walk in. Here's her information. TheWoolStudio.com. Good Lord. Yes, that's all her wool. I should have known that because I remember buying that from her. So pretty. Yes, all Americana colors, of course. This is what I got from Georgia Adams. Nope, this one. You guys, I'm so sorry. I thought I had my you-know-what together, but evidently not. So, Georgiaville Store, LLC, that is the name of her business. Let me show you this. Here's her card. Koehl, Missouri. She said she's north of Kansas City, Missouri. So I got that beautiful color and this beautiful color. Look at that one. Does that just make your heart pitter patter? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Yeah, she's wonderful, and I'm hoping she comes back next year. She wants to teach this. She had this rug there that said welcome. It was probably this long, and it said welcome, and it was all super cool prim colors. And she said, well, I want to come back and teach this. She said, so put in a good word for me. So I'm like, okay. So anyway, because well, even if you're just attending it, you can fill out a form that, you can, like, some of the questions were, who would you like to see vend here at Sauder Village? What classes would you like to see? How is the food? Blah, blah, blah. All that kind of thing. So I put her class, Georgia Adams Welcome Rug Class. So hopefully she'll be back doing that because Jan and I want to take her class. Okay, then last but not least, these are more that I bought at the Woolly Horse because the Woolly Horse, again, was my favorite booth. Look at all those. Oh, amazing. So I'm putting all that in here. Here's one more. Lord have mercy. Here's one more from Georgia Adams. I knew I bought 3. Look at that brown color. Nice chocolatey, deep dark. Ooh, so pretty. Well, you know, so what happened was Jan and I wanted to be able to get everything home, right? So, I mean, we had the back of the truck, but we wanted everything in the cab. And so we were condensing bags into other bags and condensing things down, and that's why all my stuff got mixed up. Let's talk about Theresa Rapstine and her class. I'm telling you, I had the most fun time in that class. She is an amazing teacher. She is so funny and so well versed in wool and rug hooking. I learned so much from her. She has inspired me to just want to hook, hook, hook. I want to just hook, hook, hook. But I can't because I got to cross stitch and punch needle and wool applique and design quilting fabric too. You know, I just have a few things going on. She lives in Colorado. I'm going to put her information on the screen. She came with her sister Angie. Angie came to help her. Theresa came over and she's like, the reason my sister is here is because of you. So her sister goes with her to help with her classes sometimes, but not all the time. And she was asking her if she wanted to go to Sauder with her, and she was kind of on the fence about it. And then Theresa said, Theresa Koehl signed up for my class. Do you think it's the same Theresa Koehl that does cross stitch? And Angie goes, oh, I'm sure it is. So Angie like, I'm there. So on the way, so Angie does not do rug hooking. She only does cross stitch. So I shouldn't say only, like that's a bad thing. I mean, I'm just saying her sister does rug hooking and cross stitch. Angie just does the cross stitching. So she was gonna bring one of my projects so she could bring it and show me that she was working on one of my projects, and she forgot to bring it. So they, on the drive from California to Ohio, they stopped at B-Stitch Me, and they each bought one of my patterns and brought with, you know, how much they had done. And anyway, I thought that was very sweet. Or maybe Theresa already had hers. She was working on the run sampler. Maybe she had already had hers started and brought it with her. I can't remember. But I know Angie stopped and purchased Sweet Land of Liberty of my cross stitch, and she worked on it during the class while we were all hooking. But anyway, super fun gals. They go back and forth teasing each other, and they're just a lot of fun. I had the best time. Like, I wish the class would have been 3 days. So anyway, when I got there, I did purchase a hook I showed you earlier from Chris Miller, but Theresa was selling ones that were handmade by someone in a different country, and I can't remember what country. She had all different styles. She had the short shank, she had longer shank, she had the pear, which is this one, and then she had the ball. Just different shapes, different sizes. And anyway, I went up and I was looking at her needles, and I saw this one, and I'm like, that's it. I'm buying it. Look at that. Does that not look like a cat? Looks like a little cat face. And what that is just something in the wood. How cool. That, or it's a cat with a mask on maybe. I don't know, but it's cute. So yeah, I had to buy that hook too. Okay, I glossed over, sorry about that, my battery died. That makes me think this is a really long video, and I apologize for that because I don't like to have really long videos. So, our last trek around the vendors before we left and went home, we found this. Now in the class with Theresa, someone had one of these flowers on their frame. It's basically like a needle minder for cross stitching, but it's really strong magnets for your scissors, because when you're rug hooking, I'm always losing my scissors and my hook underneath all of my, they call them worms, all of your strips. I'm always losing it. So, oh my gosh, that really is strong. But it has to be strong if it's gonna hold, scissors. So here is the business card. And this is what I got to hold my scissors. Even the magnets are covered with wool. I mean, so cool. I mean, that is really strong. And then it's hooked right in the center. Of course, I got grungy primitive color. They had bright wool and stuff, but I got the colors I love. Then one last thing I purchased. So right as you're walking through the double doors to go in to see the exhibit and everything, I stopped at this booth. Mark, oh, I don't know how to say it, Nefziger, Brush Creek Pottery. Let me just show you his information. He's actually one of the people that show pottery demos at Sauder Village. So Sauder Village, you can go there and it's like old-timey. They have like a basket weaver and a potter and a blacksmith and all that, and you can go to these different buildings and watch them work on their craft. But I fell in love with his mugs. He only had 3 left. I loved all 3 of them, but this one to me was the most like Pennsylvania Dutch kind of design I could find. I love it so much. I love handmade pottery. Look at the beautiful inside. It's so glossy, it's hard to really see the pattern on it, but it's so pretty. Look at it. Ah, I love it. And it's super small. I love it. That is my haul. That is my experience there at Sauder Village. I am so, you know what, I forgot to mention this. So about a month before Sauder Village, they did reach out to me because they had a vendor cancel on them, and they asked me if I wanted to come in that person's place and vend at Sauder Village, and I said no. Oh, trust me, it's hard to say no, but I am to the brim with how much I can get done already this year. And I'm like, I can't throw that in there. I'm teaching a punch needle class at a guild October 4th, September. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of traveling. I'm flying to Florida for a wedding the end of September. 1st of September, I have the Quilter Station retreat. So there's just, and I'm going to the Farm Girl retreat in October. November, I'm going to the Attic for their retreat. Oh, I'm going to Chantel's retreat like a few days after I get back from the Farm Girl retreat. I mean, it's insane. I've got a lot. And I mean, I'm just going to those retreats. The only one I'm the guest designer at is Quilter Station retreat. The rest of them, I'm just going with friends to sit and stitch and just have some girl time. I am not going to travel that much next year. Nope, nope, nope. Next year, I only have 1 retreat. I don't even know if I can say yet where that's at, so I'm not going to until I get permission. But it's in the fall of 2026, and then 2027. I have held firm, guys, and I am not doing any retreats at all. I'm not saying I won't go to any retreats, but I am not the guest designer at any retreats in the fall. I have turned down cruises. I have turned down, oh gosh, I even turned down, oh, I can't even say it because it hurts my heart too much. I've turned down a lot of great opportunities to do retreats, but I need this time away. I need this time to, like, Kevin and I want to get a garden going. We're too busy to garden right now. Like, we bought a camper. This will be our 4th time this year taking the camper out this weekend. So, you know, I want to do, you know, more camping. I want to spend more time with my family and my husband. And I don't know what the future holds, right? So I want to make memories with my friends and family as much as I can, and not just be traveling and working. That's it, guys. I think that was enough. I don't know. I probably forgot something, but that's okay. We'll have another Flosstube. Look for a video coming. Hopefully, I don't know. I might have another Flosstube video before I can show the Homespun Facebook group piece. And then I will also be showing the Chantel Patreon only design. Wait till you see this finish with this design. I can tell you that the design is a funky little motif, I guess you could say, little characters from my Ghoul Tide, no, not Ghoul Tide, Ghoul Friends, my Ghoul Friends line. So if you know my Ghoul Friends fabric, all the little characters that are in there, just imagine it's one of those that is stitched, and the piece that Chantel designed for this to go on is, I think, one of her best creations. She's so talented, you guys. She blows my mind. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm just rambling now. I'm sorry I keep messing with my hair. You know, the day I wash my hair is the day it's the most unruly. It's because it's clean and it just gets in my face. I don't even know why I bother curling it. But yeah, like 2 days after I wash it, it finally does what I want it to do. Okay guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you find lots of time to do all of the things that you love. Don't forget, you have to create every day. Bye.